Breaking news that will shake the entire league. Hold your breath, football fans, because what is happening behind the scenes in the front offices of the NFL right now is absolutely massive. We are talking about a potential blockbuster move involving a star defensive powerhouse that could completely redefine the power structure of the NFC. This elite edge rusher is currently involved in a major drama with his current organization, and the betting favorites have just been released, placing our team right at the top of the list for a massive trade. Before I give you every single detail on this developing situation, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below with your name and the city where you are watching us from. I want to know where the strongest fan base in the league is located. Do it fast because we are diving straight into the facts. Now, let's talk business. The name on everyone's lips is Maxx Crosby, the five-time Pro Bowl edge defender who has become the heart and soul of the Las Vegas Raiders. However, the relationship between Maxx Crosby and the Raiders front office has hit an all-time low, and my sources, along with reports from top insiders like Jay Glazer and Albert Breer, suggest that the Philadelphia Eagles and general manager Howie Roseman are lurking in the shadows, ready to strike. The situation reached a boiling point when the Raiders decided to shut Maxx Crosby down for the remainder of the season due to a knee injury, placing him on injured reserve. The player, known for his relentless motor and desire to be on the field every single snap, was not happy. In fact, Maxx Crosby took to Instagram to post videos of himself playing basketball and jumping on a trampoline, essentially showing the world that he felt healthy enough to compete, directly contradicting the team's medical and strategic decision. Fox NFL insider Jay Glazer reported that Maxx Crosby was not thrilled with how the injury was handled or communicated. When you have a player of this caliber who has been fiercely loyal to a struggling franchise, and that loyalty starts to fracture, you know a move is coming. According to BetOnline, the Philadelphia Eagles currently hold the second-best odds at plus 400 to land Maxx Crosby in a trade, trailing only the Dallas Cowboys. If there is one thing we know about Howie Roseman, it is that he cannot stand losing out on a blue-chip player to a division rival. Adding Maxx Crosby to a defensive line that already features young stars would be a masterstroke of roster construction. Let's look at the numbers because they are staggering. Even in a 2025 season where he felt restricted, Maxx Crosby finished with 10 sacks, over 70 tackles, and 20 quarterback hits. Over his 7-year career, Maxx Crosby has amassed nearly 70 sacks, proving he is one of the most consistent and productive pass rushers of this generation. The Eagles' pass rush in 2025 has been solid, ranking 9th in the league with 42 sacks, but it lacks that truly transcendent, feared edge presence that can take over a playoff game single-handedly. While Jaelan Phillips is a name mentioned as a free agent target, Maxx Crosby is in a different stratosphere of production and leadership. Jaelan Phillips has talent, but Maxx Crosby brings a level of intensity that defines an entire defense. Financially, the move is complicated but feasible for a cap wizard like Roseman. Maxx Crosby signed a massive extension in March 2025, a 4-year deal worth over $106 million, with $91 million guaranteed. His cap hits for 2026 and 2027 are significant, hovering around $36 and $30 million respectively. However, there is a realistic out in the contract by 2028, meaning the Eagles could treat this as a high-end 3-year window to secure another Super Bowl trophy. The Raiders are currently in a state of flux, looking like they are several off-seasons away from true contention, while the Eagles are built to win right now. Albert Breer noted that Maxx Crosby will be 29 by the start of next season and has a lot of mileage on his body, which might make the Raiders more willing to accumulate draft assets instead of paying a premium for a veteran during a rebuild. For Philadelphia, pairing Maxx Crosby with the interior pressure of Jalen Carter would create a nightmare scenario for any offensive coordinator in the league. Imagine the stunts and the pure speed coming off the edge that Maxx Crosby provides. Historically, Roseman has never shied away from these aggressive blockbuster trades. We saw it with A.J. Brown, we saw it with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and we could see it again with Maxx Crosby. The Eagles are one of the few organizations with the draft capital and the aggressive mindset to outbid the Cowboys and the Patriots for such a generational talent. The fan base in Philadelphia is already dreaming of seeing number 98 in midnight green, and the analytics support the move. Adding a player who consistently generates a pressure rate of over 15% would allow the Eagles to play more coverage shells, knowing that Maxx Crosby can win his one-on-one matchups without needing extra blitzers. As we look toward the 2026 offseason, the pursuit of Maxx Crosby will likely be the biggest story in the NFL. If the Raiders continue to struggle with internal communication and Maxx Crosby continues to show his frustration publicly, the price tag might actually become more manageable than people think.
The Eagles are sitting in a prime position. They have a championship-ready roster, an aggressive GM, and a clear need for a superstar edge rusher to solidify their status as the kings of the NFC. We must also consider the Jalen Phillips factor. If the Eagles decide that the trade cost for Max Crosby is too high, Jalen Phillips remains a younger, cheaper alternative in free agency. But Jalen Phillips does not have the same Iron Man reputation that Max Crosby has built over the years. This is a developing story that could change the landscape of the league overnight. The drama in Las Vegas is far from over, and you can bet that Howie Roseman is on the phone every single day monitoring the situation. Whether it is Max Crosby demanding a formal trade or the Raiders deciding to go full rebuild mode, the Eagles are ready to pounce. Stay tuned to this channel because as soon as more details emerge about the negotiations or the specific draft picks involved, I will be the first to let you know. The potential for a Max Crosby arrival in Philadelphia is the most exciting prospect we've seen in years, and it could be the final piece of the puzzle for another parade down Broad Street. Keep your eyes on Max Crosby and the Raiders, because the end of an era in Vegas could be the start of a legendary run in Philly.